Hey guys, it's James here with HonestCigarReviews.com. In front of me we have a Camacho. I think I've had a few Camachos, I just don't know what they were. But this is a Camacho. I stuck the sticker on here. Let's see if you can see it here. This is Camacho Corojo Toro in natural. So the Toro means it's 6 inches by, I think, 50. And yeah, this is the Corojo. I think this is a unique cigar in that it's a Corojo puro. So it's 100% Corojo, I think, with the wrapper, the binder, and the filler. And that's why it has this name on the side here that says Jamastran. That's I guess a valley in Honduras that makes almost exclusively Corojo. So I believe this is as Corojo as you can get. Yeah, it's a beautiful cigar. It's slightly oily. It's got visible seams here, some tiny veins, a nice triple cap. What else can I say about this? The pack looks a little bit, dark actually. Some of the filler looks really dark, almost as if someone toasted it already. I'd say it's medium in weight here, medium pack. But let's light this thing up, and I will catch back with you guys soon. Oh, and I'm trying some Jim Beam maple. My fiance bought me a fifth of it, and I'm going to see if it's going to be good with cigar or not. I'm not exactly sure, but I figured I'd give it a try. So yeah, I'll catch back with you guys soon. Alright, the first taste revealed a little bit of spice in the back of the throat, but I would say actually just a real basic tobacco flavor, like medium bodied, and right now the finish is getting kind of like an oily nut flavor going on with it, but it's a lot more medium bodied than I thought it would be. Definitely, I think the spice will definitely kick up because it's a Corojo, but yeah, it's surprising actually right now. It's quite a basic flavor here. Alright, as you can see, I'm still really early in the cigar, but I just tried this Jim Beam maple. Whew. It's a lot more mapley than what I thought. It's almost like drinking maple syrup with a little bit of bourbon in it. It's good, but it's not really pairing well with the Camacho. This is more of like a nutty spice going on with it, and that's more just like a straight sweet maple flavor. So wouldn't recommend that, but this is definitely kicking up. The draw is perfect on this thing. It's actually getting better and better. That's good. Pretty much same flavors as before, just a nuttiness, kind of like an oily finish, a little bit of spice in the back of the tongue. Alright guys, back again with the Camacho Corojo Toro in natural. That's a mouthful. As you can see, the ash here is real goofy. It's because I hit it, and so it fell off in the tray there. But yeah, it's I just wanted to mention real quick the Jamastran Valley that this comes from is they have very similar soil to the Cuban style. So this cigar should be very Cuban in nature, with the creamy, velvety smoothness that you'd get from a Cuban. And I'd say that's mostly true. You just kind of have to work at it. You kind of have to really pace yourself for that creaminess to come through. I'd say just every minute or so, take a draw, not every 30 seconds, and you'll taste it. You'll taste it for sure. But pretty much same flavors as before. Just a nice spice and a little creamy smoothness going on in the back there. And the construction is perfect, I'd say so far. And I put the Jim Beam maple in my coffee. It's kind of like a nice cordial thing going on. Kind of like an amaretto flavor now, not so syrupy. But that's about it. Just take it slow with this cigar, and I think you'll get that Cuban flavor. See you soon. Alright, I'm about another inch down here. As you can see, the ash is still crazy. So I guess it's kind of Cuban-esque. A lot of Cubans are kind of known for having flaky, darker ashes. This isn't as much dark as it's just flaky. But I know that's not from what my original mess up there. I'd say this the body of the cigar is even going down more and more and more, so it's more like a medium to mild body cigar. And I'm getting a lot less spice, but maybe more of a, just like I guess again, just a basic tobacco flavor with a little bit of like a creamy, velvety smoke with it. But it's, I guess, the aftertaste, the finish is kind of like this weird sweetness going on, almost kind of like a licorice-esque kind of sweetness. That's kind of hard to describe. But you can see the burn is going pretty well. Just the ash is goofy. I think that's about it. It's just kind of hard to describe. I'm actually getting a little bit of a buzz right now, actually, so I'm surprised the nicotine content of it seems to be pretty high for the flavors. And so that's I think that's a widely known misconception, is that just because it doesn't have a lot of flavor, it doesn't mean it's not a strong cigar. And I'm looking at the new Camachos. They have this giant 2-inch like red band, and I don't know if I like that as much as I like this band. This looks classier to me. But to each their own. They got to keep it fresh with marketing, I bet. So, alright, I'm back again. It seems like every 3 or 4 draws I'm getting a new flavor or a change in flavor. Right now I'd say we're kind of back to like this like woody kind of note, almost like a cedar flavor. And the spice is kind of kicking back up through the nose. So you got to be careful with the retrohale there. But yeah, I'd say it's kind of like a roasted nut, almost like a toasty flavor going with it, and a woody flavor. And yeah, it's kind of interesting because it doesn't know what it wants to be sometimes, so every 3 or 4 draws I pick up something different, but still an underlying base of just a really nice tobacco flavor with that. That's about it. Maybe another inch down it'll change, maybe 4 or 5 more draws something will change, but it's definitely getting more and more complex as we go down. See you soon. Again, man, this thing is kicking my butt right now, and I didn't expect that at all. So, definitely a full-bodied cigar. Not necessarily full-bodied in flavor, but full-bodied in nicotine content like before. And I'm only about like halfway done with this thing. But yeah, I'd say look at the burn. It's pretty good. Ash is still pretty crumbly, so you gotta be careful. Draw is still great. Smoke output is pretty good. And right now I'm getting flavors right now of just like a really dark wood flavor, almost like a burnt oak flavor. So it's kind of cool, really classic, I think, in nature. And I was thinking about it. This is kind of like, for me anyway, this is like a great fall cigar. I'm really glad it's fall right now, and I'm smoking this thing because it's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of reckon it to like a chai latte. Like, you just got to have a chai latte in the fall. It's kind of like that. This is something that I think will be great because it's not too spicy, but it's got deep flavors. It has like a warm characteristic to it, and I like that. So yeah, we're still cooking along here. I'd say it's burning relatively slow, but yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. And yeah, all right, another taste coming through. As I get closer to the end here, the smoke is getting thicker and a little bit more oily. So with that, I think I'm getting more of like a leather kind of grit to it, and maybe just a little bit of coffee on the finish, and a little tiny bit of like a chocolate sweetness. I don't know if I'd say it's chocolate, but it has like that sweetness kind of type of sweetness, almost like a bitter sweetness. So it's definitely interesting. Leather, a little bit of like a chocolatey sweetness. And yeah, it's definitely getting more medium-bodied right now in flavors. Still full flavor, full nicotine kick, but the flavors are kind of kicking up right now. This is kind of, right now, this part of the cigar is my favorite. That's generally true. Like the last third is generally like the best for me. But yeah, I'd say there's another type of sweetness in there as well. I'm not exactly sure what I'd call it, but it's also really good. So definitely a keeper right now. I can tell I'm going to want to buy more of these. I think this was only like $5 or $6. So I'll catch you guys back with the last rating here. The final review and the rating of the cigar. Let's see here. It's kind of hard to start rating this because it changed quite a bit during like the last 2/3 here. I still have quite a bit left, and it's still quite cool, so I'm going to keep smoking it. But it's getting a little bit mushy here, down by my fingers here. I don't know, I guess I would just say, I would say, you know what, if you want to try a Cuban without actually buying a Cuban, get one of these. It'll give you an idea of what a Cuban cigar kind of tastes like. It's probably one of the best, I guess replicas of a Cuban, because it uses Corojo wrapper, and I guess even the seeds, everything is as Cuban as you can get without being from Cuba. For the price, I think I got this for like $6, so that's definitely very reasonable. The flavors were definitely great. We had like an oaky flavor, like a wood flavor. We had a nice oily kind of nut finish sometimes. We had a creamy velvety smoothness sometimes. We had a little spice, going on throughout the whole thing. And flavors, I think overall they were pretty good. I like the consistency, and yet it changed quite a bit, so that's kind of unique. Burn, I had to correct it once, and ash was always flaky, so that's pretty much the only bad thing about the construction was the ash there. I don't know, I guess I would rate this cigar probably like an 8.8 maybe. If you want to try a good Honduran cigar, this is definitely the one to do. And yeah, so I guess that's it for this Corojo. I'll catch back with you guys with another cigar review soon. Have a good day.